Welcome to Vietnam. Today we are in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. Behind us is a statue of the man himself, Ho Chi Minh, and we're going to be exploring everything that Ho Chi Minh or Saigon has to offer, checking out kind of like all of the different sites. We're about to go and check out the central post office.
Eating all the food.
Everything we can. This is the start of our main Vietnam trip, so we're travelling the whole of Vietnam, and then after that we're getting a flight to the Philippines and travelling the Philippines as well. So come with us, explore Ho Chi Minh, and then stick around for some more Vietnam videos. So we've come to the Saigon Central Post Office. Apparently like it's the thing to do here, where you're supposed to come here and then send a postcard back home. So we're gonna go and check that out now. So Natasha's gonna find a postcard. Did you find a good one?
It's really hard to find the one that I want. I'm going to be picking a few, I think. So I've filled in my 2 postcards. These were about 55,000 dong each, which is like £1.50-ish. So I'm just about to buy a stamp and then send these back home.
Alright, so we're here today at Ben Thanh local market. It's one of the best rated markets in Ho Chi Minh, full of food and stalls and amazing things to see, so let's go check it out. So guys, this market is absolutely massive. So like the range of stalls that they have here is huge. You can find, I guess, some authentic replicas of different bags and things like that around here as well. So if you're in the market for that, well worth a visit. But yeah, they've got loads of stalls. They've also got a big food market here, which we're going to go and check out. If you're interested in bags, hats, scarves, anything like that, definitely worth visiting. So we went and did a bit of review hunting, and we saw on the Michelin guide that this place, Chow Gar #1, does some amazing sticky rice with chicken. So we've come here to try it out. So I've got a sticky rice with chicken. Natasha has got a sticky rice with chicken and Chinese sausage. But just look at how authentic and cool this place is. It's really quite quiet, a bit of a local haunt. So yeah, what do you think? Guys, so this is our first hotel. It's a little bit of like an apart hotel kind of slash homestay kind of vibe. But within this, we paid £14 a night to stay here, which I think is incredible value actually. So let me just spin this around and then you can kind of see what we are working with. So here's the front door, and then as you come in, you've got like just a pretty simple wet room, obviously like shower, toilet, kind of like everything just all in one. As you come around, you've got a big double bed. You've got essentially like a mini kind of kitchenette with a fridge and a sink, and then you've got a bit of free space here. They include some slippers as well. You've got a desk, and then you also have this outdoor area here as well, which you can just chill out on, gives you a bit of fresh air, and you've got a bit of view of the city. So yeah, what do we think? £14 a night? Is it worth it? For anyone who is actually interested in staying here as well, this is the Ben Tan Inn. It's in District 1 of Ho Chi Minh. It's quite close to all of the main attractions, maybe a 15-minute walk from like the market, Saigon, post office, the Notre Dame Cathedral. All of those places are very easily accessible. So for £14 a night, I actually think this is incredible value. Would you stay here? So we've heard some fantastic things about this apartment cafe. So as you can see behind us, essentially they've taken an apartment building and they've put like shops and cafes and things like that all inside here. Everyone says that it's one of the best places to go and grab a coffee or like bubble tea or something like that. So let's go and check it out.
We found our cafe. It was calling our name because it has a stunning view. So this is called Mark Cafe, and we are on floor 5, I believe. But just have a look at those views, guys. So I decided to get myself one of these fruity iced teas. It is more expensive here compared to like obviously more local street vendors, but that view is just amazing and the drink is really tasty. Cheers. I just cannot resist a bird's eye view of a city. So we're here at the Saigon Skydeck, and we're going to have a look at Ho Chi Minh from above. Let's go. So we made it up to the 49th floor of the Bitexo Observatory deck, and look at this amazing view. This is the Saigon River, and then as you can see, they're really trying to develop the city. You can walk around the entire deck, so views from all around.
So the views from here are absolutely stunning, and it's really interesting to see kind of how Saigon is developing. So if you look out here, you can see that this is quite a developed part of the city. You've got like, you know, several skyscrapers, and you can see kind of like how on the river you've got quite a built up area. But then as you start to walk around, you'll start to notice that it starts to kind of spread out a little bit, and there's some areas that like really could do with some additional development. So as you kind of continue here, you've still got that development ongoing. But then as we get to this side of the river, you can see that here's kind of like an unfinished tower building, and then there's still quite a lot that needs building out on this side of the city, which I think they will be looking to build on eventually. So yeah, quite interesting. But some really, really beautiful views up here. Amazing to see the city from above. And I think for about £7 a ticket, it's definitely worth coming up here and seeing the city in all of its glory. So yeah, definitely recommend checking this out. to like a walking street market, and I've gone for a corn dog, gone for cheese and chili sauce, and then Natasha has gone for, I guess, like a spiral potato cake kind of thing or something. Like, I'm not really sure what it is. Crispy potato. So we're gonna give it a go. That's super cheesy. Amazing. So Natasha can't go anywhere without trying a local delicacy. So we are now at a lovely little banh mi stall on the side of the road, watching the traffic go by, and we're going to try our very first banh mi. Natasha, what are your expectations?
I need it to be flavourful, lots of ingredients. I asked for everything on it, and I'm just ready to taste it now. Like, I knew I'd be eating a lot of banh mi on the trip, so I may as well have my first one today, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, should we give this a taste, guys?
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't really know if it's typical to cheers a banh mi, but, you know. I'm just going to go straight in. It's got a bit of spice to it, not gonna lie.
Yeah, hot.
Oof. Spicy, but tasty. That bread is really nice and crispy.
See, the funny thing is Natasha is now moaning that it is a little bit spicy. However, the guy was like, would you like sriracha sauce? And Natasha was like, yes. So you can't complain. Do you like it? All right, I'm going to have to give mine a go. And bearing in mind as well, I'm a bit of a fussy eater. Turn around so you can actually see me. So yeah, I'm a bit of a fussy eater, and I normally don't eat, like, vegetables, basically. I have got a lot better than what I used to be, because I was genuinely terrible, and if it was fruit or veg, I wouldn't touch it. But I don't really tend to have, like, you know, salad on anything. Like, I can't really do that. However, you've kind of got to have it authentic, and you can't just say like, oh, take this bit off or whatever. You've just got to have it as is. So I'm just gonna give it a go and see what we think. So let's see. So this is chicken banh mi. Inside you can see as chicken and then like spring onions and things like that. Give it a go.
I don't even think you'll mind the vegetables. You can't really taste it alongside the meat and the pate.
Well, I've just got a giant chunk of cucumber, which is not that bad with sriracha sauce. But so far, it's quite nice. Try not to be too bicky. But it's got chicken, cucumber, fresh onions, mayo, pate, some spring onions, quite a mix. Got fresh bread, sriracha sauce, quite tasty.
Today we are exploring the War Remnants Museum here in Ho Chi Minh. Let's learn a little bit more about the history of the war and see what precious artifacts have been left.
So in the museum, they actually have like American-made helicopters that were then confiscated after the war. They've also got fighter jets as well that you can see here. And then around the back, they've actually got a really interesting tank as well, which you can kind of see down here. So they've got, like, you know, some incredible remnants of the museum. Of the war, sorry, and it's so interesting to see, and it's also really interesting to see kind of like, you know, the way they talk about the history here. So they see it as kind of like, you know, huge American interference in Vietnamese kind of politics and foreign affairs, and they see the taking of Saigon by the North Vietnamese army as a liberation of the South. And it's really, really interesting, obviously, how the war is remembered here in Vietnam, and really interesting to understand the history. So that was really, really interesting. If you're ever in Ho Chi Minh, you should definitely come to the War Memorial Museum. It's such a historical kind of monument that you can really understand everything that happened during the war. Inside, you'll see loads of different weapons, you'll see tanks, helicopters, fighter jets, all sorts of things that really explain the history of the war and everything that went on. If you ever want to visit, it's 30,000 dong per ticket. That's roughly £1 British or $1.20. So if you're in Ho Chi Minh, definitely give it a visit. So we've come to Tao Tan Din Church, and as you can see, it's bright pink, which is nice. It's a good picture spot. However, if you are coming and you want to like go inside and take pictures, it's not open on a Saturday and a Sunday. So don't come like we did on a Sunday to then try and take pictures, because you can't get in, which unfortunately is annoying because Google Maps doesn't tell you that, but like there's a sign outside the church which says you can't. So yeah, unfortunate.
Still pretty from the outside though, and it's a really nice neo-Gothic style. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy it from afar today.
If you do come and visit this church, as you can see behind me, there's a nice little coffee shop that you can go, and it has a balcony and it overlooks the church, so you can get a nice little picture spot as these guys behind me are taking some pictures. And yeah, great spot to hang out, check it out, and get a lovely salty coffee. Cheers.
You guys know that we cannot resist an Instagram famous place. So we came to a cafe called Oasis Cafe. It was a little bit of a mission from where we were staying in District 1, but so worth it. Have a look at all these clips, the like location and all the fish, and the decoration is 10 out of 10. So we've just ordered a few nibbles. It's more like light snacks here rather than full meals. So we've got like Spanish chicken and rice, some classic French fries, and then I've got some prawn spring rolls. We've got some iced tea, boba tea, and Mark, of course, had a beer. So we'll dig in and then we'll try and see if we can feed the fish.
this is the reality of dating a massive football fan, is that I've managed to convince Natasha that we can go out to eat some food, which we've just devoured a chicken and noodle dish, on the condition that I can watch the football. So worked out perfectly.
Okay, so it is officially breakfast time. On our last day in Saigon, we had to try Saigon's famous dish, which is called com tam. So we came to Com Tam Mok, which is a restaurant in District 1, and it stands for broken rice. Back in the day, farmers couldn't sell the rice that was all broken, so they kept that for themselves and therefore created a dish. So it has a few different things on it: shredded pork, the broken rice of course, an egg, a few veggies, spicy sauce. I've got a grilled pork chop here. I'm not really sure what this is. I believe it might be a baked egg, and then, yeah, more veggies. So I'm really excited to tuck into this. Cheers.
So we finished the first leg of our trip. We've just done Ho Chi Minh City and we are now moving to Hoi An. So we've got to get a flight with Vietjet over to Da Nang and then get a taxi pickup from there. What I would say is it's really easy to get around Vietnam and it's easy to book internal flights. So we only booked this 2 days ago, mainly because I forgot to book it from home, which was stupid of me. However, we managed to get a flight really, really easily. The only thing to make sure is that you constantly check your check-in information because they do change the flight times quite often. So ours ended up being moved by a couple of hours. And so make sure you always keep an eye on that. But we're now off to Hoi An.